She-Hulk episode 9, the finale of this season, which, man, all you people hating on She-Hulk, first of all, you got roasted in this episode. So let's talk about this episode. The first part of this episode I really love, because this is a fantastic episode, was the homage to the 70s Luke Ferrigno Hulk show. I have that whole show on Blu-ray. I haven't started rewatching it yet, but I definitely need to. And now this is just my excuse to do so, because that was freaking awesome. Love that moment in the show. And then, we got Matt Murdock showing up in the episode again, so that's cool. Spoilers, I guess. Sorry, I forgot. But, yeah, I guess we'll start with the... Where do we start? Man, there's a lot to talk about this in this episode. So it's really... So you get to this episode, and I will... Oh, man, so many great moments of comedy in this episode. So the episode continues off of where the last episode left off. She-Hulk's in the jail, and she's dealing with the consequences of what happened in the last episode. And she can't transform into Hulk, so she loses her job. So now they're on the hunt to track down these, what do you call them? The evil people who did this, basically, who made her rage out and do all this shit. Which, I think there need to be more consequences for her actually raging out and her more learning from that, but it's alright. Because, Hulk told her, hey, when people rage out, they'll see you as a monster, but she doesn't really get too many consequences for that. No, I get that she, in this scenario, is the victim, but she still kind of did rage out in front of a bunch of people, and not a lot of consequences. But here's the thing, anyone who's mad about that, Hulk raged out in front of multiple cities and refused zero consequences. Sure, like, Hulk talks about it as if he had consequences, but he didn't. And that's just... Excuse me. And that's a fact. So, I like this. And then she goes and deals with them. What's funny is you find out it's a cult running by Abomination and some scummy people. And it's basically the Fandom Menace on YouTube, if you know those YouTubers. Like, at one point, one of the dudes said something that is clearly made to make him not look sexist, even though he obviously is sexist. He says, I would have the same complaints if she wasn't a woman. But that's like something actual sexists say. Like, I would have the same complaint if it wasn't a man, or if it wasn't a woman, or whatever. Even though they wouldn't, because they don't. And then, one of her She-Hulk's lawyer friends breaking in there, it's like, women, am I right? And they're like, and yeah, that's basically what this show is. A lot of people have not liked the humor and attitude with this show, but they don't understand that this show is making fun of them. There are so many sexist people that make fun of these shows and are just illegitimate human beings. Just awful human beings. Look at the way they're criticizing Andor, and that one dude was like, it's all just woke diversity casting. That's why Diego Luna's in the cast. I'm like, you're telling me that a Hispanic dude has been playing these characters for years was cast just because of diversity? Like, fuck off. Just disgusting racism like that. So it was really funny to see them make fun of those people. Now they're making fun of mostly the way they talk about women, which, to be fair, that's just because this is a feminist show. And I'm not even saying that as a bad thing. It's just pro-feminism. It's, But you go into the show, and that was great. And then, you get this moment where, like, Shield breaks the fourth wall and talks to Kevin Feige, and like, no one talks to Kevin, and then she finds out he's like computer algorithm. She jumps through the Disney Plus stuff. It was fun. That was great. My only issue with that part is that Kevin Feige, I know this was supposed to be a joke, but he says that we make near perfect products. I'm like, I'm sorry, there are too many Marvel fans that actually believe that you guys make near perfect products, and you guys make fun movies and all and shows, but like, shit, your stuff has a lot of flaws. And even he says they're better, some are better than others, but I just feel like little too much saying you guys make near perfect products. Like, I get it's a joke, but there are Marvel fans who will take that shit seriously. I'm sorry, but it is true. So then she reworks the finale. Daredevil shows up. They'll go in jail, and then she's back to lawyering. And then we see Matt Murdock, and Jen working out their relationship, and then you see Hulk show up at the end of the episode. And he's like, because they've been trying to call him the whole episode. And he's like, oh well, you know what? I have a son, and I was on the way on this planet. And you're like, holy shit! I don't know what that means, but yeah, obviously World War Hulk, most likely, but we will see. So that's kind of the show. Man, this is a great episode. The fourth wall breaking was absolutely hilarious when she talked to Robot Kevin. Daredevil showing up is always great. Hulk showing Hulk and his son. That's a cool mystery to be leaving. There's just so much great in this episode. Making fun of the Phantom Menace, always welcome, because they're pieces of shit human beings. Deserve nothing but to have their channels taken down and stricken from the record and be deplatformed. But I'm not going to be the one to do that or push for that. YouTube should be doing that all on their own, but they're not.